And as you feel yourself now in this time and in this place, I want you to tell me the very first things that you see or feel as you begin to understand where you are and what is happening around you. Tell me, what do you see or feel in this new space?
I don't know. At first it opened up to something dark, and it was like it was a dark room with lots of wood, like an attic. I don't know. I kind of felt like I'm an artist, but I feel like I'm up in I live in someone's attic, and I could see there's a lace curtain,
Okay.
but the window's small. It's like a circle. And I paint what I can see out of it, but I don't see paint. There's no color. It's just almost like I'm imagining myself doing it. I feel like I'm in trouble.
Are you able to look at yourself? Can you see what
I'm
you're
a
wearing?
I'm wearing a vest and I'm a boy. I'm
And
prob
how old does it feel like you are?
I don't know, like a teenager, but I keep seeing the number 12, but I'm
Eh,
there where the space that I'm in, there's really not much furniture, but I'm drawn to how dark the walls are, and they're wood. They're made of wood.
what kind of clothes are you wearing?
I'm wearing a gray vest and pants, but the pants don't fit me. They're too short.
Mm,
And I feel like my family has money, but I don't have any money.
like maybe they don't take care of you in the way they take care of themselves financially.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm in trouble. That's why I'm in this room. And
Okay.
um, I feel like the art is a way to escape. I feel like I'm imagining myself doing something, but I'm not actually doing it.
Mm-hmm. It's just like a coping
Yeah,
mechanism.
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm sitting there sulking about something. I'm really angry about something. Yeah, I just see myself sitting there, or I'll look out the window, but I can't see the window. But it's like I feel like I'm looking out the window.
Let's move backwards in this setting and see if we can figure out why you are in this room or what you are in trouble for. Tell me, what do you see or feel around you?
There's a broken vase, and my dad's yelling at me,
Mhm.
and I'm saying, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I see a little girl crying on the ground, and I feel like she did it, but I don't want to say that she did it, but I don't want to say that I did it either. And then I'm being taken up this stairs, but there's a party going on. My
Mhm.
parents are entertaining people, and I am being taken up these stairs to that room.
And does it feel like they take you up there often? Is that like a normal
Y-
punishment that they do to you?
Yeah, yeah, they do. It's because as I'm being pulled, I'm being saying, no, 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 I don't want to, but
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like this house is a big house, and I feel like I'm being taken to like the movie Mary Poppins. I feel like that's the time. That's what people are wearing, their clothes, and the buildings look like that too. It's feel like I see they're tall buildings with lots of floors, but they're not wide buildings, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
They, there's a lot of, it's really dreary, like London. It's really, yeah, it's what I feel. It's dreary like London is what I feel, or what I hear. See, I guess. I don't know.
Can you describe your house to me a little bit more? Can we walk around and tell me what it looks like?
There's lots of wood. There's lots of brown. I don't like it. It's too boring. I like a lot of color. I like to paint and add color to the house, but every time I do, I get in trouble. And so I'm not allowed to paint or draw. And that's just basically all I want to do. And it's funny, they won't buy me what I need to do it. Like they have money for their stuff and what they like to do, and I keep getting in trouble, so they won't mitigate the problem. It's like they're focused on just getting me in trouble. and
Mm,
disciplining me rather
right.
than giving me what I need.
So let's move forward in this lifetime to your job or occupation or what you spend most of your time doing.
I feel like
One,
I'm working at a
yep,
press.
okay.
I can see myself pulling a lever, but it's really boring. But I try to make it fun because all I want to do is be creative. And so I try to add creativity to it, but I feel like I get in trouble at work when I do that too. It's like
Mm,
nobody will let me be creative and I just want to create, but I don't live in the right time or the right place for that. I just keep getting stuck in situations where I have to be serious. And it's just everything around me is dark and gray and boring and lacks color.
and
It's
how does
interesting.
that feel? Does that feel really limiting and frustrating?
Yes, it's boring. I just feel bored all the time. I don't feel fulfilled. I
That makes
feel like there's something more and I'm being held back from it. It's like an imaginary hands or like all the expectations of everybody are holding me back into what I want to be. And I feel like I was born in the wrong time. That's what I feel as this man is that I'm born into the wrong family and the wrong time. And I just want to break free.
And in this setting, are you quite a bit older?
No, I'm in my 20s, 30s,
Okay,
20s or 30s. I don't
okay,
feel old, no. I
okay.
feel, well, no, yeah, I feel like 20s, 30s maybe.
Now that you're this age, do you still live in that house with your parents, or do you have your own home now?
I live in a small place. I don't keep contact with my family. My mother isn't well, and my father isn't there. I try to see her, but she doesn't remember me. My sister died young, around
Which was the
10.
little girl that was crying in that first scene.
Yeah, I want to say 10. She's just frozen at 10. It's just me and my mom. And I stopped seeing her, and I think it just got too hard. And it kind of, how do I explain this? She's like, it pushes her further into whatever her problems are till she dies. And then I feel guilt right now, a lot of guilt. I didn't really amount to much in that life. I left everywhere I went, I was just average and I missed my potential. Hmm.
And were you aware of that in the life that did you feel, how did that feel?
No, I was not. I don't feel like I was aware. No, I feel
Mm.
like that life, I had a small mindset and I had everything was small.
So we are going to move forward to the most important day in this lifetime that we are viewing to get to know you a little better. What do you see?
The first thing I felt were flowers and white and their celebration. I would assume I'm marrying somebody. It was a happy day, but it was not sensing much. There were children.
Were they your children or someone else?
Yeah, they were mine. We had children, and I see myself on the floor with them a lot, just
Mm.
watching them and trying, like, I don't really know how to talk to them, but I enjoy them and I don't punish them,
Right.
not the way I was, but I don't
Okay.
really, that's all I really feel about that. I don't really sense a whole lot. I feel like there's a lot about me that's shut off. It's just shut off. It's gray and dreary because even in the scene in my own home, everything feels dark and dreary. Like the walls are dark, lots of dark wood.
Is it because of the times or is it because of just situations?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a little bit of just the decor of the time, but I just don't feel the joy, the things that bring me joy. I don't really know what they are in that life. I'm not surrounded by it. I'm just surrounded by a house and a family, and it's like I'm there, but I'm not there,
Mm.
kind of
Kind of,
disassociated from it.
yeah,
The isolation as a child kind of made it to where I can't connect with anyone because I spent a lot of isolation.
right, in that attic.
Yeah, I see a lot of times in that attic. And so it just kind of made it so I can't really focus on, it's hard to connect with people.
Right. You had to disconnect from your emotions, so it was hard to reconnect later.
Yeah. I
Okay.
see, like, my wife is very loving and she's a good mom, and she wants more from me, but I can't really give it to her. I love her, and I want to be with her, but I don't know, this feels normal, but I guess it's not.
Okay. So let's visit a different important day in this lifetime. And you are there now. What do you see?
I see a baby in a hospital room. It's when my child was born, my son. And I feel like I know this person from other lives too. I know this person very well. It was a very happy time because it was the only time I really felt a spark of something in my heart.
Does anything else stand out to you on this day or about
Uh,
this situation?
the situation, it's the spark grows with every child, and that spark stays throughout lifetimes. I feel like the spark doesn't leave me when I die.
Beautiful. Okay, so now we are going to visit the last day in this lifetime that we are viewing. And you are there now. What do you see?
I'm working in my field. I'm older. I'm in my 80s, 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
It's a hot day. I have a hat on and I take it off and wipe my brow and I enjoy it. I see myself looking up and enjoying the sunset, and I've never really done that before. And I don't know, I just stayed and marveled at it, and then I feel like I'm grabbing my chest and I feel
Mm.
like it hurts
Like a
and I
heart
want,
attack or something.
yeah, like I want to go sit down. And so I go and I can see myself grabbing some water and I drink it, but I'm drawn to this sunset. And I don't know, I just feel like I become part of it. I just am I've fixated on this sunset and I can't stop looking at it. And then I eventually just I get inside of it and I can see all the colors that I wanted, that I longed for in that life.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
can see all, I don't know, I just feel like I can create now and I feel like I can play with the colors and I can mold them and shape them and do whatever I want with them. And I
Mm.
could feel joy in my heart right now for the first time. I feel
And that's
overwhelmed by it.
after you've the soul's left the body.
Yeah, it's not like a conscious thing. I don't see myself leaving my body. I just feel myself becoming one with the sunset.
Beautiful.
It was very
Okay.
beautiful. It's very overwhelming. My whole soul is like crying tears of joy, and it's every emotion I wanted to feel in that life or that I was told not to
Mm-hmm.
has been released. Yeah.
So it was almost like setting you free out of that lifetime felt almost like a prison in the body kind of a thing.
Yeah. It was just a life that lacked creativity or
Yeah.
creative expression. I wasn't allowed to be who I wanted to be. My father was really hard on me.
So let's move forward into the spirit realm and see if we can get some more understanding about this lifetime. One, two, three. We've moved forward in the spirit realm. Tell me, how does your body feel entering into this new space?
I feel a lot lighter. I
Beautiful.
feel, I don't know, somewhere I kind of feel confusion as to why I allowed it all to happen to me. I allowed that life to just happen to me. I didn't take charge. I feel
Mm.
confused because that's not who I am. I'm very strong-willed, but that life I didn't stand up for myself the way the way I know I can. I just feel confused as to why I let myself be that way, be mediocre. But I
So would
also
you,
feel like I understand it though. I feel like
mhm,
that life was a contrast of something. There,
right.
there was something, I don't know, there's something tied into that I can't quite see into yet.
Do any other problems or concerns from that lifetime still bother you other than that, what you just discussed?
Um, I'm being pulled to my dad in that life, my father. I don't call him dad, I call him father. I wish he would have just listened to me, and I wish he would have seen me. I think he thought I was just supposed to be like him, like every boy is the same, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the same as every boy. And I was very different for a reason, and I feel like that reason was stifled by my dad.
What was the mission in that lifetime for you? Are you able to look back and understand what the goal or the mission of that life was?
I feel immediately, I felt I needed to find the courage to create the life that I wanted. I
Mm.
needed to find the courage to create the things that I feel and see in my soul. I needed to put them on the outside, and I was too scared. I wasn't really set up as a child, but that was the point. I needed to find the courage myself and find it within myself, not rely on other people to find it for me.
So, did that cause long-term trauma? Did you endure trauma from that dynamic in that lifetime?
I endured trauma at an early age to where I disassociated at an early age. So anything that happened to me after that, I don't really, nothing sticks out to me.
Do you still carry that trauma with you, or were you ever able to heal from it in between lifetimes?
I still isolate. There's a weird Stockholm syndrome style pull to it. That's
Okay.
how I feel when I sense it. It's like I hated it, but it's the only thing that feels comfortable
Mm.
because I'm alone. Nobody's yelling at me. I'm not in trouble. Or I mean, I'm in trouble, but I'm not in that immediate moment. I'm not being yelled at. It's just me. Everybody is leaving me alone. And yeah, but that is not what I'm meant to do. I'm supposed to share my light with the world. It's like I'm that little boy again. I feel like I'm talking to him and he's excited to hear that I'm painting, that I paint. He's excited to hear my stories.
He's happy to see how far you've come.
Yeah. And he's happy that I don't know. It's funny. I kind of get why I chose to be a woman in this life. If I was a woman, I could be home and do what I want. It's like the life I'm living right now is what I wanted all along. It's
Cool.
interesting.
Yeah. Now, I know the higher self could have brought forward many different lifetimes for to see today. You chose the lifetime where she was a young boy. Why did you choose that life?
Because immediately she said she knows why. Because I was denied my creativity and how much it affected me not being creative and not given the tools I needed or the support from my authority figures. I felt very unsupported. I felt alone. I felt like I was on an island and I just had to figure everything out. And some of that bleeds into this life, but this life, it's important for my soul to create. And I need to take that gift more seriously. I mean, I do, but like I need to understand that it's not just something I picked up in this life. It was something that I've longed for. I mean, I was even born into a family of artists. I have a lot of artists in my family, and we're all here for kind of the same reason. This is a life where we all wanted to create together and
Mm,
and feel free to create together.
beautiful. And are there any other ways, other than what we've already discussed, that that life pertains to this current lifetime?
The isolation again, that
Mhm.
I'm there's a time and a place for it. And when I how do I say that? When I have friction or issues in my life, I immediately ground myself and not in the grounding to the earth kind of thing. Like I throw myself in isolation and it's time to stop with the isolation. Like I need to go out and share what I've created with the world. Like I'm
Perfect.
frozen.
You've kind of adopted the isolation as a coping mechanism or defense mechanism from past lives and
Yes.
things like that. And you need to let it go.
Yeah, because it's like when I feel stuck or when I'm afraid, when I fight with people, I isolate. And there's a time and a place for it. There was a time when my isolation was necessary, but I have gone through it and got out of it what I needed. And now it's time to open the blinds, so to speak, and let the light in and let the people in. I need to let the people in. It's hard to let people in.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.